We started all of this off because we needed to migrate all of our applications and websites from our current hosting over to new G-Cloud hosting following the move to gov.uk. So for the whole project we had a very defined time and budget for it, and we've been looking at ways to use Agile in the past, and all of a sudden this became a brilliant example of how we could use it and how we could actually put it into practice. So it's a great opportunity for us to actually develop our skills and manage our project ourselves in a much more structured way, and also to build our own team using suppliers to actually put the team together rather than outsourcing to them. We made the GDS Digital Service Standard criteria part of our approach right from the beginning. It's listed in all of our epic stories from the beginning of the project. More than anything, it's been a really interesting journey for us.
As it was the first Agile project, it was a learning experience for everybody in the team. We had lots of different disciplines working together right from the start, and that gave us the ability to get things up running quickly. We produced a list of umbrella bodies to allow the public to go on and view an umbrella body. They can go into the site and view the links and then go in and contact the body from that link.
One of the key things about the independent reviewer, and I think about Agile in general, and the fact that we were using this new approach in the Home Office, is to ensure a productive collaboration between the business owners and the developer. So this is the independent reviewer new site. It had to be a professional look, clear layout, independent from government, and David Anderson wanted to have a more personal or approachable touch. So we tried to reflect that with a new design.
The forms were important in the migration because they taught us a lot of lessons. They looked really simple at first, but actually after working on them for some time, we realised there was quite a lot we could learn from them, that not only made the forms better themselves, but also impacted on the other projects that we were doing. And those lessons learned made sure that we could build better digital services altogether. For some of the forms, again, they look simple on first look, but actually we're over 100,000 users, which meant that not only were we going to have a big user base, we had to go in front of the GDS Digital by Default Service Standard and have an assessment to make sure that they were meeting the 26 points of the criteria.
I think the Police Protective Equipment Database project was very successful from a testing perspective, because the business user, Nikki West, was involved on a regular basis, which meant that there was a constant conversation going on between them.
How I found working with the Agile team was like nothing I'd experienced. What I actually expected was them to just come down, look at the actual website we had originally, and just really migrate it over to G-Cloud. What actually happened was Emma and her Agile team turned up, looked at all the different databases we actually had on site and said, well, stop, why are you using all these? I explained that basically because I do police protection, that I needed all these to ensure that data is accurate and is used in the correct way. And she said, well, why are you using so many when I can incorporate all these into one? So I was a bit sceptical at first, I must be honest, so we come along, had a look, I joined into the Agile team, and actually working as part of the team and beside the team, you see what they can do, and you actually see how if a sprint's not going the way they want it, they'll put the brakes on, they'll change tact, and they'll actually make sure you get what you need. What we've actually got out of this isn't just a replacement of the database we had, it's a huge animal, it's an amazing thing. You just press the button and it will actually do all the functionality I used to have of all the spreadsheets, plus added functionality for both myself and the police, which in short actually saves police time and cars time, and that's got to be the most important thing because it gives us a robust system.
So previously with government transactional services, they've been done through a myriad of different ways, and they've often been very expensive, slow, confusing, cumbersome. And the idea with a digital by default strategy is to make everything literally digital by default, which makes things clearer, simpler, faster and cheaper. We were also the first team within the Home Office to pass the Government Digital Service Standard Assessment. That was a really good achievement.
Well, the police pensions online community enables us to communicate more effectively some of the key messages about ongoing pension reform to our key stakeholder groups, and it also encourages collaboration. It provides a platform for administrators and stakeholders to ask each other questions and to share information in a way that we couldn't before.
User experience is central to all of the Agile projects. It's one of the sort of fundamental parts of it. And I think the best example of where this worked was our work on the General Register's Office extranet. I think it worked well because we had really good buy-in from the business owner and from all of the users. I think they sensed that they would want to have some involvement in trying to make the product work better for them.
We have a very interesting mix of in-house resources and external resources. We've worked with external suppliers before, we've worked with Kainos before, but this is the first time that we have on-site developers, on-site designers, user experience consultants working there with us, and it's working really, really well.
Kainos has been delighted to work with Home Office on these cloud migration projects. In embedding our experience and expertise within the team, they are increasingly leading on the delivery of their digital services. The integrated team has worked really effectively together and really is a model for how digital by default projects can be delivered.
So our value for money is hugely improved from before. We've made massive savings on cost. We do things in far less time. The quality of what we produce is far greater. We've built our capability within the team, so we're able to set up new teams for other areas of the Home Office and actually pilot Agile in other areas. And we're ready to take on more and to see where we can go with Agile across the entire organisation.